Yo, this is DD2 guy here. So today I want to show you guys pretty much some top heroes that are very useful for high floors. So I'm talking about in the 900s all the way until 999, the highest onslaught floor. The advice I'm giving you is from other people. People who have already made to that floor. So they do wish to remain anonymous. That's completely cool, but they have been really helpful to me, giving me tons of advice. So thank you guys. You know who you are. I appreciate it. Full credit goes to you. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. So let's get down to it. So first of all, everyone's aware, well, most people are, the Nuke Monk. The Nuke Monk allows you to do lots of DPS in a single hit. So you can get around 800 million damage in a single hit. I'm not strong enough right now. My hits aren't so powerful. But you can get up to 800 million, maybe even above that. I'm not sure the limitations. But the Monk has general good DPS. The Nuke Monk, pretty reasonable. So that is best to get rid of bosses, best to actually help out with leaks in the lanes, to get rid of any rollers, high roller lanes, that kind of stuff. All very useful. It's very useful to have a character to be able to do 2 billion damage in a single hit. That's very useful. So that actually can be done with the Barbarian. So the Barbarian is really awesome. There are just so many builds for him. It depends what you want to do for the Barbarian. If you want to focus on ability power, if you want to focus on hero damage, or if you just want to focus on health and armor. There are different builds, there are different layouts, there are different strategies that you can use. It's really up to you. So Barbarian, also very good. It's very useful for crowd control, getting rid of assassins, dealing lots of damage as well. Can get up to a 2 billion damage in a single hit, or close to 2 billion damage in a single hit, which is pretty1cool. Yeah, I don't have the right build for it to show you guys, but it is really awesome. Let's see, and the lastly one of the most important is the Mystic. So I'm not going to show you guys the shards. I'm just going to explain. There's just one simple maneuver, and that is spamming the triangle. So this triangle attack is very useful, super useful. It essentially causes a huge disruption and crowd control to the lane. Enemies just attack each other, they get slowed down, and there's a whole bunch of combinations that you can do with that attack. So you can like petrify, you can freeze. It's up to you to what you want to do. There's just so much variety. And yeah, you can do whatever you want, but that triangle attack very useful for high floors. Helps with the crowd control. It helps to focus your defenses to attack while the crowd control is taking in effect. So all your defenses do damage. This is that crowd control helping out a lot. If you have leaks, use the Monk or Barbarian. That kind of stuff. Very useful. And yeah, what's also important is that you actually should have 2 Mystics. So just 2 Mystics ready to go. So yeah, don't be afraid to use 2 of them to do some extra crowd control to manage that. Do whatever you can to make sure you minimize your resources. Yeah, so that triangle attack very useful for high floors. What else? Yeah, so in terms of high floors, it actually gets really difficult to take on those floors. So you just have to keep re-rolling until you get good maps. How I define a good map would simply be a map that allows you much DU or mana, that green stuff, like the gems, that stuff there, per lane. So the most you can get per lane. So forest biome, I'm not sure how to say it properly, that's a good map. A good amount of DU, lots of people like doing that for high floors because you just end up with so much extra stuff you can build, and with more defenses your lane is going to be taken care of in a stronger fashion. So that's kind of the stuff you want to target. And I believe in high floors the rollers do become nice because you don't have to do much if you can do 2 billion in a single hit, or even 1 billion in a single hit, because they are going to take lots of damage from behind and they do move really slow, so that's also a nice lane. What else? Yeah, so it's really about the DU. If you have enough DU, you can take on anything. Lost Temple is pretty much an optimization problem in terms of what you build. As an example, if you are dealing with ranged enemies, maybe just throw down a reflect beam around the core. If you are dealing with cyborgs, maybe a reflect beam with a poison dart tower, or yeah, just whatever you want, just to optimize that DU, and you get a few difficult lanes. The difficult lanes would be like long shot, headstrong, and like frosty lanes. There are a few others, but yeah, those are just some of them. What else? I think that's pretty much all I want to mention. So yeah, my videos aren't really planned. You can leave a comment if you disagree with anything I say. You don't have to subscribe, you don't have to like. If you disagree with what I say, if you do dislike it, but please leave a comment. Yeah, and what else? Yeah, if you guys have the videos you want me to make, I can make them. I finished all of my Prime, all of my Mastery. I can make videos for them. Yeah, and that is pretty much all I want to mention. Pets are quite useful. Yeah, because I'm going through some stuff right now. I will be free, so yeah, let me know. That is me, DD2 guy.